James. This is the next day from when I was checking cows. My phone went dead, said I was out of storage, so I had to give up filming. So today I came back out. Yesterday I told you there was no rain. It rained in my house quite a bit, but it didn't rain any out here at the farm. But today, early this morning, it rained almost 2 inches. And I came out here today thinking I would measure. I was going to measure from the meter clear out past this. Well, I guess you can't see unless I turn it around, but the meter is clear out across those fields on the other side of that house over. So I was going to measure clear out, probably, I'm guessing around 300 feet, but I'm going to measure it out across those two patches where I put the heifers, or I had the heifers that you seen a while back. And I'm going to measure over from where that hydrant is on the other side over there. I'm going to put a hydrant over there by that shed over there. And then I'm going to come the water line that goes over to this hydrant out here that's going to be behind the shed that we're going to have delivered. I'm going to hook into that water line and go straight back between these two sheds over here. And I'm going to put another hydrant right over there next to that tank, so I don't have to drain any. Hopefully you don't have to drain any hoses. I may drain one to the big tank that goes to the middle lot. Haven't decided for sure exactly what I'm going to do there. The wife wants to put the hydrant outside the fence. I wanted to put it clear up in the middle of the lot like I was going to do this one I just showed you. But yeah, it rained about 2 inches, but there's no more puddles. It all soaked in. I'm assuming there was a little water setting for a while, but it's definitely it's pretty wet. Have a little makeshift water gauge over here. Had it stuck in this thing. It's sitting on this table. I'm not sure what it is or what it's from, but had about almost 2 inches in that thing. So I didn't film myself welding on this thing, but I found this thing originally had 2 bell spears like that one on the right over here. Originally had 2 of these on there. The one that was on that side wasn't on there when I took over the farm. This one here, we broke off. Me and my son broke off trying to move some bunks. And I mislocated it for a couple of years, and then I found it again. So I welded, well, the red spear that went on this other side, it completely just broke off. I welded it, and then it looks like it's made out of some kind of cast metal or something, which maybe isn't meant to be welded or whatnot, but it broke, just snapped right off. So I re-welded this one because the nut that's on the back side wouldn't tighten anymore. It wallered out, wouldn't tighten. So I found this, like I said, I found this one, so I welded it on. I'll show you my brother's welding compared to mine. He welded for a living, but yeah, you look at his weld on this, and this is something he's made because it's an old axle out of something. It's not no manufactured deal. He probably bought the plate, but I'm assuming he bought the plate, but he didn't buy the spears. Or didn't buy it with the spears, I should say. But yeah, this is my concoction of a weld. But yeah, it's not. I started out, well, I welded around it once, and it acted like it still wasn't very solid. And as you can see, it was melting clear through the spear, which is I'm assuming some kind of an axle out of something. It was melting clear through it, but it wasn't penetrating this plate for some reason. So I went around it again. So I'm hoping it'll hold. Looks a little better on this side, but and of course I re-welded that one. Yeah, my welds don't look nothing like the welds my brother used to do. But like I say, he welded for a living. He enjoyed welding. I myself didn't like welding whatsoever. But I'm finding that I'm having to weld more and more, so I guess I'm gonna get it figured out. But so I'm gonna go get my tape measure out of the car, and I'm gonna see if I can get a rough measurement of how much water pipe I need to run from the meter. If it didn't rain today, I was going to stack all these bales in this shed, but since it did rain, I'm going to let them dry a little bit before I stack them in the shed. They'll dry out anyway, not a little bit. I was opened up these gates clear over there. I opened those gates up, hoping the cows would come in here and eat this little bit of hay that the heifers left in here before I moved them back to the pasture, but they haven't come in here, so. Turned this water off some time ago, and I don't know if the rain filled it up that much or what, but it's not down very much. Didn't evaporate much, I guess I should say. The heifers have been down there, I don't know, 5 days or so. So, as you can see, there's that shed I was going to put hay in. Here's the hay. You've seen where the shed was going to be, and the meter is all the way over here against the property line, against the fence. Got a bunch of little trees that need to pull out of here. Eventually, if I can never afford a tractor, I'm going to work this all up and plant it to something. Here's the meter. Let's see if I can hook this in here somewhere. Onto that, I guess. Hooking on the old shut-off tool. See how far it is across this one patch, maybe. This tape is. It's either 50 or 100. Oh, there's 100 foot right there. And we're not even to the fence in the middle, so there's that shed over there. There's the fence in the middle of the two patches. We gotta go clear. thinking in my head I need to get a 300-foot roll, but judging by my measurement already, I'm gonna need about 500 feet. Let's see if I can roll this up. Measure from there somewhere and get a little rough estimate. I was gonna dry some little stakes and measure from there. While the ground's a little moist, would be the perfect time to pull some of these trees out of here. Tomorrow, I'm watching the grandkids, so I don't have a, can't do anything tomorrow. So, from where I stopped at about that hedge tree over there, I hooked it to that hedge tree, and over to this fence. It's almost 100 feet. So I've already got 200 feet just across one patch. So I don't know if you can still see that meter over there. But it's at that fence line right there. It's all the way over here in line here. In this fence right here in the middle of these two patches. You see the shed over there. See the fence there. On this, I guess I can zoom it back out. But in the middle of this fence, I'm going to run a line a little, maybe about, I don't know, 10 feet, 5-10 feet up the line here. Then I'm going to put in a hydrant there. And then it's going to tee off, go up, and probably about, no, almost that shed you see in the middle there. I don't know if I can point at that or not. But over to the right there is the other hydrant that's in front of that old house. So over here to this shed on the left is in that fence line to these corrals over there is where I'm going to possibly put another hydrant. And then there'll be a tee up there that tees off to 2 different hydrants, and then the one I showed you earlier that will go into the line I already installed over to the tank in the middle of the pen where I usually put the bull. But yeah, this hydrant up here I showed you about this old fallen down shed. I'm going to do away with it. I'm just going to move it down here and put it in the middle of the fence right down here, so I don't have to run another 200 feet of line that way. Well, there's 100 right now. Let's see. Yep, there's 100 right there. Sure doesn't, to me, that does not look like 100 feet, but the tape doesn't lie, so. Yeah, where I'm standing to see my shadow, that fence is 100 feet. And I gotta go. So basically, it's looking like it's just it's 200. It's looking like it's gonna be 400 feet just to go across these two patches. So I'll unhook this again. So unhook that from the fence. Go over here instead of rolling them back up and stringing it back out again. Well, let's see if I can make a mark here. Like I said, I was going to get a stake, but let's make a little mark in the ground there so I know where that's at. See if I can pull back to there rather than rolling it all back up again. I'm sure it's going to be close to another 100 feet probably. I'll leave that there. Go back here and I'm going to see if I can hook this thing on this stalk of a weed down here. Look at that. Guess I didn't need to do that. There's the end of my tape. There's where I scratched in the ground with my heel. So yeah. Well, it's not exactly straight, but I mean, it's pretty, yeah. Not exactly straight, but you know, it's a good rough estimate anyway. So that 1-inch PEX comes in 100 feet. 300 feet and 400 feet, I believe, is what I found on Amazon. You know, good old Amazon. So now I'm gonna go here to the other side. See, there's where I'm at. Back to this fence. So I've already got roughly 400 feet from the meter all the way up to this fence. And then I need to go almost, well, where I have my garden in the where we have the garden in the tanks over here. Just on the other side of those is how far I need to go that direction, and then I'll tee off, go to the left there and to the right over here. You got a little fenced out area. That's where I never did fill it in yet. I might just wait until after I get the new line put in and just go ahead and cover it up. Yeah, that's where I dug where I done fixed. A little issue with some panel here. Panel's kind of broken out. Anyway, see, it's still holding. Just glad I haven't sprung any more leaks that I had to dig up before I get this new water line put in. Hopefully I won't. See it, but even though we got 2.5 inches of rain, there's still cracks. There's still some cracks in the ground. It's been dry for a while. So that meter is approximately east from where I'm standing right now, just to the right of those two trees in that middle on the other side. So I'm going to put this in here on this boat. This little panel here. Here we go again. From that fence over to here is another 100 feet, and that goes straight over to that sandbox, to the squeeze chute there. Straight over this way from it is the tanks. And I need to be another, I don't know, maybe another 50 feet that way from where I'm at. Yeah, Yeah, so now we're up to 500 feet up to here. I gotta go possibly another 50 feet. That's just not even, that's not counting the tee-offs I gotta do. And I'm gonna hook into this old boy here that I drove in, this little stake. I'll curve around here. Probably going to put this hydrant probably right in here somewhere. That is 75 feet to right there. Probably ought to go, yeah, that'll work. Because I probably can cut that a little tighter than what I got it. So approximately 75 feet to there. Well, I won't be able to get my trencher that close to that shed, so better see what. Better see. I might have to move that flagpole. Well, I guess I can get at it from different sides, I guess. So yeah, I'm probably have to go out a little closer to the middle of these two sheds. So we'll round that up to, we'll just give her another 5 feet, so I'll make that about 80. So I'll show you what I've been doing for past several years. My hose goes in the tank. I have a tank on the other side for the bull. The bull's usually in that pen over there. Sometimes both pens, but sometimes I have it opened up at the end where the heifers can get over here and get water and go back out to those lots out there. But basically I have a hose strung up through the tree. It comes back down, so it'll kind of drain down into the tank on this side, and then I can kind of drain it on the other side over to the hydrant. And that's what I've been doing for the past umpteen years. But yeah. So I got a lot of line in the trench, a lot more than I originally thought. I was thinking 300, and I'm way off. Do a little figure and see just how much that is. James here. You're watching The Poor Farm. If you like these videos, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.